I'm Leanne with Empower Simcoe's EarlyON Child and Family Center, and welcome to our Wellness Drumming Circle. And I'm very excited to be able to be offering this with Angela, our EarlyON Indigenous coordinator for Simcoe County. Hi, Angela.
Hi, Leanne. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Before we begin, I'd like to do what is called a land acknowledgement statement. And so this statement was given to me by BANIC, so the Barrie Area Native Advisory Council. And so they, I asked for a statement because I think we need to acknowledge the land that we are standing on. So it goes like this. I would like to acknowledge the land that we are gathered on today. It is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe Nation. I would also like to acknowledge the enduring presence of the Indigenous peoples of the region, specifically the Chippewa Tri-Council First Nations comprised of Beausoleil First Nation, the Chippewas of Rama, and the Chippewas of Georgina Island. I also acknowledge the Moose Deer Point First Nation, the Wata Mohawks, the Georgian Bay and Moon River Métis councils in this area. It should be noted that the Wendat and the Haudenosaunee nations also have walked on this territory over time. And for me, it's really important that both Indigenous and non-Indigenous people recognize that the land that we're on was given to us to use first for Indigenous people from our Creator, and now through agreements and territorial treaties and rights like that, it's given to non-Indigenous people to use. So that's how I like to sort of start this morning.
Well, miigwech, Angela. I think that's a very appropriate message, especially today as we're living in very different times and we're standing on land that's been here for a long time and will continue to be here, and it gives us hope, which is really what our drumming circle is all about today. So miigwech.
You're welcome. So the second thing I'd like to start with or sort of roll into is a smudge. So I offer smudge up in the morning. It helps me center and sets us at a good tone for our day. So I'm just going to tip my screen down just a bit so you can see. In my smudge bowl here, it's just an abalone shell. There is sage, that's loose sage, and I'm going to light the sage, and then we're going to just cleanse ourselves with the smudge. So if you can just bear with me a few moments while I light this. Sometimes it's a little cantankerous.
It's very exciting that we can still continue to smudge and share in this meaningful experience virtually.
Yes. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so now that the smudge is going, the first thing I'm going to do is tip my screen back just a bit because I want to cleanse my hands in that. And then I'm going to cleanse my glasses. And I'm going to cleanse my body. And I like to cleanse my eyes so I can see things and see things in a good way. My ears so I can hear and hear things clearly and in a good way. My mouth so I can say things that are appropriate and in a good way. And my body. And now I will offer that smudge to you.
Miigwech, Angela.
Miigwech. And I'm just going to let that burn. So if you see it burning off to the side, you'll know what that is.
So I would like to welcome you in a song that I learned from an Indigenous coordinator with EarlyON. And the Indigenous peoples in our area like to say hello by saying Ani. So I thought we could say Ani to each other and introduce ourselves. So I have my drum. Angela, I see you have your drum. And
I
anybody
do.
at home, if you have a tabletop, your hands, you can tap with anything you like. Hey, Ani, Ani. Hey, hello, hello. Hey, Ani, Ani. Leanne, Nadishna Kas, which means my name is Leanne.
Hey, Ani, Ani. Hey, hello, hello. Hey, Ani, Ani. Angela, Nadishnikas. So my name is Angela.
Now we're going to play so you can say your name. All right, here we go. Hey, Ani, Ani. Hey, hello, hello. Hey, Ani, Ani. Nadishnakas. Ani, everyone, and welcome.
That was fun, Leanne. I like that song.
Drumming is so much fun. I always seem to feel better when I'm drumming, Angela.
Well, you know, I thought maybe I would share a little screen with you today, and we could maybe talk about, you know, the benefits of drumming. And I also have some benefits of just looking at the medicine wheel. Why is drumming good for your health? Well, it increases energy level. It increases your memory, your concentration, your mental clarity. It boosts your immune system, and it'll decrease things like anxiety, stress, depression, and possible PTSD symptoms. And I'm not sure if you can see this, but at the bottom it says, the benefits of drumming can be gained by as little as 20 minutes a day.
Wow. That's amazing. No wonder I feel so much better after drumming, and even just clapping along to something on the radio. You know, you tend to feel better.
Absolutely. So if you don't mind, I'd like to sing a song for you. Can we do that?
I'd love it.
Okay, so up behind me is the water song. I hope you can see it. It's in blue. And so when I start with my drum, I always do 4 honor beats. So we want to honor each different quadrant on the medicine wheel, the 4 directions, north, south, east, and west. So we go like this. Wichita, do ya, do ya, do ya. Wichita, do ya, hey. Wichita, do ya, do ya, do ya. Wichita, do ya, hey. Wishatanea, hey ya, hey ya. Wishatanea, hey ya, hey. Wishatanea, hey ya, hey ya. Wishatanea, hey ya, hey. Now the water moves at different rates. So sometimes we speed our song up and sometimes we slow it down. So I thought maybe we would try that today if you don't mind.
That's great.
So here we go. Wichita, do ya, do ya, do ya. Wichita, do ya, hey. Wichita, do ya, do ya, do ya. Wichita, do ya, hey. Wishatanea, hey ya, hey ya. Wishatanea, hey ya, hey. Wishatanea, hey ya, hey ya. Wishatanea, hey ya, hey. Wichita, do ya, do ya, do ya. Wichita, do ya, hey. Wichita, do ya, do ya. Wichita, do ya, hey. Wishatanea, hey ya, hey ya. Wishatanea, hey ya, hey. Wishatanea, hey ya, hey ya. Wishatanea, hey ya, hey.
Oh, Angela, when the water was moving fast, it reminded me of this summer when I was out in the water We were in a boat and we were going so fast in the water. And I just loved all the different things we could do with water. So I went boating and I went swimming. Anything special come to mind for you about water?
I love going for a boat ride because we have a boat. We love to go fishing. So, and the other thing I really like to do is go swimming. I love the way the water makes me feel.
Yeah, it's really, really fun, isn't it? I love
It
water
is.
too, but now we're getting into the colder weather. We can do ice fishing. Water
There you go.
freezes. But something we can always do with water, especially in these COVID times, is wash our hands. And I was hoping that you could drum along with me while I sing a song about washing our hands.
Absolutely.
So it goes to the tune of Row, Row, Row Your Boat. When you spend your days doing things like play, there is something you should do before you're on your way. Freeze, stop, think. Wash, wash, wash your hands, let the bubbles dance. Scrub, scrub, scrub-a-dub, join the Clean Hands Club.
Wow, fantastic. That was a great song. Wow. I hadn't thought about it that way, Leanne.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to sing. And when you sing it that way, it's long enough that all the germs are gone.
And washed away.
All washed away.
Fantastic. So, the other thing I was thinking about with our hands, since we were talking about our hands, is maybe we could do some more drumming.
Oh, yay.
Yes. So this time I'd like to sing to you and sing with you the Cherokee Morning Song. So it's written up here in orange. And so this is honoring the Great Spirit. And although it's the Cherokee Morning Song, the words are meant, are translated into Ojibwe. So just a little bit of Indigenous language for us. So here we go. Wende aho, wende aho, wende ya, wende ya, ho 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 ho, hey ya ho, ya ya ya, wende aho, wende aho. Wendy ya, ho, 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 hey ya ho, ya, 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 ya.
Oh, that's a lovely song. Now, I don't know if you know this song, if you're happy and you know it.
Mm-hmm.
But I was wondering, Angela, do you think we could sing If You're Well and You Know It?
Absolutely.
So we can drum and sing?
All right. Will you get us started then?
Sure. Here we go. If you're well and you know it, wash your hands. If you're well and you know it, wash your hands. If you're well and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're well and you know it, wash your hands.
If you're well and you know it, take a walk. If you're well and you know it, take a walk. If you're well and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're well and you know it, take a walk.
If you're well and you know it, laugh out loud. Ha ha ha! If you're well and you know it, laugh out loud. Ha ha ha! If you're well and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're well and you know it, laugh out loud. Ha ha ha!
If you're well and you know it, tap your drum. If you're well and you know it, tap your drum. If you're well and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're well and you know it, tap your drum.
Yay!
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun. So when I was laughing, it made me think that laughter is also a wellness thing. I never really thought of that before. And I know when we're all stuck in our homes over COVID times and stuff, sometimes we forget to laugh or even smile. But as you say, even drumming 20 minutes a day, smiling or laughing can do all kinds of wonderful things. Especially, I like this last one, Angela, helps our appearance look younger. I'm feeling younger already.
There we go. Sounds good to me. So I thought maybe at this time, if you're okay, Nokomis, my friend Nokomis, she is called Nokomis, but her name is Grandma in English and Nokomis in Ojibwe. Anyways, she was saying to me that there is a very special story that she was hoping maybe that we could share today. So it's Trudy's Healing Stone. And so I thought maybe we would pull up the YouTube version of it. So if you can just bear with me for a second here while I find that version. And we're going to share my screen. So thank you for being patient. And I hope you enjoy.
Trudy's Healing Stone, written by Trudy Spiller, illustrated by Jessica Vaughn in Urbaner, and the read aloud today is by Paula Howarth. When you feel angry, sad, or blue, here's something simple that you can do. Go outside and look all around for a stone that's lying on the ground. Find a stone that's nice and round, a special one that wants to be found. Tell your sadness or anger to the stone, and you will start to feel less alone. Carry the stone with you everywhere. Speak to it often. Tell it all of your cares. When at last you have a lighter heart, it's time for you and the stone to part. Return the stone to where it was from and thank it sincerely for all that it's done. Mother Earth is always there for you, so honor her gifts in all that you do.
Just going to close my screen down. Stop sharing. So I hope you enjoyed that little story. It reminds me of there's something we can do when we're feeling, a little off, and getting outside in nature is one very, very beneficial thing. And finding a stone is another one. So if you can bear with me, I'll show you some of the stones that I have found, and I like to share them. So that's one. And then I have this one, just a little round brown one. And the last one is this one. And look what Mother Nature has done. Mother Earth has already worn a hole in this stone. And sometimes you'll see some of my family will have stones like this, and we wear them on our necklace. And then they're always with us, and we can talk to them and tell it our cares and tell us.
So really, we're never alone, truly.
Never alone. Never alone.
Oh, miigwech for sharing that, Angela, and for sharing some of your special memory stones. And that's something that we can all do is when we're out for a walk, enjoying some fresh air, just to stretch our legs, to go for a run, or just to be outside as we can look and see if we can find a rock that speaks to us.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So if I can find it, I have one more thing I want to share with you. And it doesn't look like it's going to come up on my screen, but maybe if I hold up this, it's our medicine wheel. And so the four areas on our medicine wheel, in the yellow, so that's kind of the area that we enter this world in. That's our spiritual piece. And under spiritual, it has some suggestions. So things like making tobacco ties, spending time with an elder, smudging like we did today, or being out in nature, those will take care of our spiritual side. The red is our emotional side. And it talks about laughter, which we talked about already. And then, maybe writing in a journal, listening to music, calling a loved one. So those are all things that will, help our emotional side. The black is our physical, and that's washing our hands, which we talked about, going for a walk, taking a bath, eating a good meal, and getting lots of good sleep. And the last area here in white is our mental. So up here in our brain. So let's feed our brain by reading a book, learning something new, practicing deep breathing, or just taking a social media break. All things that will help, us just feel better. And whether we're in these times of COVID or just times in general, I think those are things that we can always go to, and it will help us feel better.
Those are very good messages. And as you said, we touched on a few of those this morning with each other and with everybody joining us on YouTube. But these are all things that we can be doing every day, regardless of COVID or not, and just being mindful of how we live in the world and that we're not doing it alone. So miigwech, Angela.
You're very welcome. So I know that we're almost at the end. So if you don't mind, I'd like to sing a goodbye song. And so my goodbye song is Bama P Wabamen, and it was gifted to me from the ladies on Georgina Island. So the Chippewas of Georgina Island. And so we sing Bama P Kawabamen, until I see your light again. So that's kind of a sort of a loose translation of it. So it goes like this. And we have been doing single beats. So this one, I want you to try a double beat. And it's a little bit tricky.
Okay.
Sometimes I get confused. So here we go.
I'll try.
I think I have it. Here we go. Bama Pika Wabamen. Bama Pika Wabamen. Bama Pika Wabamen. Bama Pika Wabamen. Way ya hey ya hey ya ho. 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 Bama P.
Bama P, Angela. I have a song that I like to sing too. Again, back to our hands. We get to wiggle our fingers. A wiggle, waggle fingers right up to the sky. Clap your hands and wave goodbye. A wiggle, waggle fingers, don't ask me why. But now it's time to say goodbye. I just want to thank you, Angela, for sharing this time with me. And I hope everyone enjoyed learning a little bit about the drum, and that you take time to practice your drumming, go get outside, look for a special rock, and stay safe and stay well.
Thanks so much, Leanne. Thanks everyone for joining us. Bama P.
Bye.